What's up, guys? This is your girl Coco, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Kiki with Coco. If you are new to the show, I just want to tell you a little bit about it. So basically, the podcast itself is about life in general with the emphasis on relationships. I have my friends come on the show and we kiki about whatever the topic of the show is. Just giving our perspective or 2 cents on what we think about a topic or whatever. No, I will not say we have all the answers, but it's definitely just to give you maybe another perspective from something that you already had. And that's pretty much it. So today's episode is about staying with a man who cheats on you. And we do not have the hot couple this week. We will have a hot couple. So the hot couple is Snoop Dogg and his wife Shantae. And the hot couple and the hot couple Coco are kind of like one and the same this week. So the hot couple, as I mentioned, is Snoop Dogg and his wife Shantae. And pretty much just talking about how of course, him being in the music industry, being one who speaks about pimping freely, who is about that lifestyle. He has cheated on his wife maybe numerous amounts of time. And today, discussing this topic with me, I have with me again today is Lala and Tierra. Y'all want to go ahead and say what's up?
Hey, y'all. It's me again.
And so I thought it would be a good idea to have them come on the show because I think all three of us have been married, have gone through divorces, but also have different experiences with the concept of cheating. And my experience in my marriage, I never caught my husband cheating. I've known him to be communicating via text message with other females. And I can only really say one specifically, something may have happened, but I don't have evidence that it did. Do y'all want to talk about y'all's experiences with cheating in your relationship?
I guess I'll go first. I've never suspected that he physically cheated on me. But like you, I did see inappropriate text messages, and it was from multiple different women. And, to me, though, physical and then mental is kind of, I feel like the mental connection is worse than the actual physical act of cheating and going out and having sex with someone. When you're texting somebody, good morning, no, we don't have time for shit like that.
Hun?
Right.
What?
We don't have time for shit like that.
Why does she care about your motherfucking day?
You texting somebody good morning laying in the bed next to me. Okay, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Mm-hmm. So what's really going on? So I never really suspected that he physically cheated. Now, could he possibly, maybe so. I don't know. But to me, the whole, the text messages, the intimate conversations is just as bad. So I don't know. I just don't think it's a difference versus actually going out and sticking your dick in somebody else.
I don't know. I would say when I was married, my ex-husband was a cop in the Air Force. So 6 months on, 6 months off deployments. I remember I would have to volunteer to deploy so we could spend time together. Like 6 days out the week, we would be high-fiving down the hallway. I would be coming home from work. He would be going into work. So, being young, I got married really young. I was 20. I wasn't even able to drink in the States. So I think it made me so insecure because, Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
And I never caught him cheating, but it's funny because one of the women that he was having an inappropriate, messaging relationship with, he was supposed to be the godfather of her child.
What?
Come to find out, they got married. Like, after me and him divorced, we had been divorced for like 5 years. They remarried, and of course, at this point, I'm like, okay, we can be cordial. You know, our divorce is pretty amicable, and he married her, and then sure enough, you know, guess who pops up apologizing because. You know, you become the side chick and then you become the wife, your position becomes open. So now you see how it feels like, sweetie, that's not me, that's karma.
Right. That ain't your problem no more.
Yeah, and you know, but it's just such a hurtful feeling. To me, the emotional, I feel like you can go out and you can fuck somebody and forget them. But if you're waking up every day and you're messaging somebody, and you're sneaking and you're hiding and you're, how's your day? How's your morning? Hello, I'm fucking here.
Right.
And you don't even say that to me, then that bothers me. And I hate that, like, how the media portrays it like we have to be ride or die. It's like, oh, you have to be ride or die. You have to stay with me. You have to support me when I go through 4 paternity tests and all these baby mamas and all these bitches. No, like, I am not auditioning. At least pay me.
So it is a meme on social media that's floating around pretty much saying like a woman should not have to suffer in order to experience love. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. That whole ride or die mindset, that to me, that is not,
that shit's whack.
It's whack. It's not what true love is. I should not have to stay around while you live your life like you a single man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't have physical evidence that my ex-husband cheated on me, but it was definitely, like, seeing those messages was definitely very hurtful. So if anybody know me, like, all my friends know, like, if you really want to know something, you know, that you can't figure out, like, you call me and I can find out. Lala be knowing shit fresh out the gate, but I will actually investigate some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it made me think about, I was thinking about this the other day. So I'm a snooper if I want to be. So if I go looking for something, I can guarantee I will find whatever it is I want to find. And so one night he went out and he did not come home. And so I was asleep. And somewhere around like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, because I've never had a problem with him going out.
Hold on, so he didn't come home?
He ain't come home, Chef.
Baby, we ain't get invited to the funeral.
So I'm asleep, and so around 2 o'clock I wake up, and I was like, the club just ended, like, he probably, you know, I'm gonna give him a little bit, they probably want to get something to eat afterwards, you know, whatever. 3 o'clock roll around, I'm like, any minute now. 4 o'clock roll around, I'm like, the son better not be his ass home. And before I knew it, I was going through his iPad because the iPad and the phone was linked up together. So, and this is how I know, like, I really just wanted to make sure he was okay. So I'm going through the messages with him and his boys. And, you know, after a certain time, like maybe around midnight, those messages stop. So it's just like, y'all probably in the club, y'all don't have a reason
to be texting
each other or whatever. And then, of course, those messages stopped. But then I saw a text message between him and a girl. And so I knew about this girl because that Monday prior to this weekend, I walk in the house and he's FaceTiming a chick. And so it didn't hit me just yet because I'm like, I've only known him to FaceTime family, you know. So I'm thinking like she must be family. So I didn't say nothing. I kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But we was already, like, not in a good space. So I didn't even speak to him when I walked in the door. I kind of just walked in and kept it moving. So then the next day, him and I are in the car coming from the grocery store. And his phone is sitting face up on the console. And I see a text message come through. It say, hey, hun, how was your day? Hun? Who the fuck is hun? And why you messaging my husband?
Right.
So Now I'm already irate in my head, but I'm like, how do I start this conversation off without being upset? Because if I talk to you, I'm more likely to get it up out of you what I want to know, you know? So I said, hey, what's the girl's name that you was FaceTiming yesterday? And so he said the name. That's the name popped up on the phone. So I said, oh, okay. So what y'all be talking about? And he was like, about you.
Wait a minute.
Why are you talking to her about me? And he was like, it's just like you talk to your friends about me. The difference is I'm talking to my female friends about something that we went through.
Not somebody trying to slide in, be next up. No.
And they probably trying to talk me off the ledge from going off on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I knew you was gonna do this. Well, if you knew I was
then why do it in the first place?
You do it.
God,
you know so then he was
come on, common
like,
sense.
So then he was like, so I ended up telling him like, yo, at the end of the day, we going through something right now, and we said we want to work through it. We want to work it out. I don't feel like she is conducive to what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's very rational. That's not out of place.
You are very rational, sis, because I promise you. First time I saw that message, baby, I saw that motherfucking apartment in Hawaii up, everything broke, everything gotta go. All my neighbors knew when I was upset, that pool filled up. I was on the 16th floor, penthouse, tossing shit. He didn't even want to break. At a gas to a point, he could just leave his shit at work. I ain't give a fuck. Gear, military gear, shit your mama said, everything gotta go. When I left that marriage, I left that nigga with one fork, one
oh my God,
one knife. Them bitches ain't gonna eat off my dishes enough for one. Share that motherfucker. Ain't leave him with nothing. Ain't no be paid. They ain't even selling shit. I gave away to the airman's addict. He just couldn't get it.
So I was like, you know, I just don't think she's conducive to what we trying to do. So I don't want you talking to her anymore.
You should have ran him off the road.
And he said, okay. So then when I'm going through the iPad or whatever, I can tell where the conversation picked up from when they was FaceTiming. So she said, oh, is that her? And he said, yeah, laugh out loud. Laugh out loud? What the fuck you laughing at?
No.
You know, like, I know you say laugh out loud as a filler sometimes, but in that instance, that wasn't a laugh out loud moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, so you niggas is laughing at me? So then I'm reading further the conversation. You know, it seemed friendly, but we all know how them conversations go.
She just waiting for the green light. That's it.
Because I can attest to being like, oh, how you doing? Da 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 da. How is things going? Oh,
she waiting on him to be like,
you know, I'm gonna let you vent to me, and then I'm gonna be like, so what's up? We need to link up when I'm in town. You know, whatever. Like, I have done that before. So for you to try and pull the wool over my eyes is like, nah,
ain't happening.
You got the wrong one. So then it started talking about how they was like one night in college, they was all drunk and all over each other and stuff. And then, and then he mentions, I'm trying to go to Vegas, XYZ. So she like, oh, you should take me. And he like, we'll see what we can do. Pause.
Ain't no.
You got a whole motherfucking wife.
I got a similar story.
A whole motherfucking wife. How you going to Vegas? So months passed, maybe about 3 months. Me and him had planned a trip to go to Thailand, but we ended up canceling it because something happened where it was like some terrorist activity going on in tourist locations. So we canceled the trip. And so I was in therapy at the time because, mind you, we was like separated too. And so I'm in therapy and my therapist is like, you should still take a trip even though y'all don't go. Maybe you should go to Tokyo. And I was like, okay. And so I didn't want to go to Tokyo, but I also didn't want to be at work. So I was still gonna take the time off. And so then I just so happened to call Lala, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Tokyo. And she was like, well, who you going with? And I was like, by myself. And she said, no, the fuck you ain't. She was like, what's the information?
Right.
I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
The flight, sweetie, period, flew down.
So she came to Hawaii, and then me, her, and him went to lunch one day.
My disclaimer, I did not want to go to lunch with Jamie. When I pulled up, I was ready to get at that nigga head, period, point blank. I had already called my army homeboy. He was the army. When I tell you, like, gave me the longest speech in the car, she was like, please don't. As my friend, don't show out, baby. When I say lights, camera, action, I was gonna make a movie in that motherfucker. And this place was a really nice brunch spot. It was bougie.
I can see now. We just
Girl,
need to.
from the moment I got that, gave me the whole fucking speech.
She got an in-process and briefing.
She had our two friends.
Here are your rules of engagement. Okay, you cannot.
She had the two queens. So I'm at the table, like, so they sitting next to each other. I'm sitting across from him, and like, my whole mind was just like, I'm finna read him like cooked on phonics. I'm finna just give it to him. And he was just like, when he walked in, I was just like everything in the blessing to say, like, first of all, you a nobody with nobody. You small. I never liked you.
Look, you're dusty.
Your hairline. Like, I was so upset. Like, don't play my friend. Like, to see my friend hurt. Like, that's like one of the most hurtful feelings.
Yeah, it hurts you too. Yeah,
I was like, y'all sound like I can touch him without touching him, and it just would be so easy. And she was like, please don't. Even my homeboys was like, let's just, because they knew from me. And I'm like, let's just pack him up, like, period.
One good time.
Yeah, I'm like, he in a weak ass squad. Anyway, they ain't no gangsters. Like, y'all, he was like calm. I'm like, he a fucking nerd. Beat him up.
He ain't gonna say nothing.
And here go messy ass Lala. She like, oh, so for Memorial Day, Labor Day, I'm going to Vegas. You should come. And so he, I'm like, what's so funny? He like, well, I'm gonna be in Vegas then too.
And I already knew he was going to Vegas because we all had mutual friends. My homies had already told me, like, oh, I'm coming to, because I was going. Because I had just got orders to Korea. I had just came back from a deployment, and this was my first time being in the States. I had only been there for like 9 months, my whole career. So like Memorial Day, I had like VIP to see Future at Dre's. It was like crazy. So they was like, oh, you want to come through? I'm like, oh yeah, send me the names of who all coming. I look at the list.
Jamie.
I'm like, Jamie. Hell no. I was like, nah, that fuck boy ain't coming. They're like, nah, we'll pay extra. It's not about the money. It's not that y'all get it for free. Like, I'm not partying with him. Like, at all. Like, we not friends. We not LOL. I don't want to come to no beach cabanas. None of that shit with him. Like, you my enemy.
Ain't no fake shit.
In your face. Like, period.
So,
okay, Nene.
He like, I'm gonna be in Vegas. I said, oh, well, I guess I should go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said,
you shouldn't have said nothing. You should have just went.
I told her.
You should have just went.
You don't understand. Was a saint. She was like, no. Like, her therapist, like, I want her to have a therapist that Molly got on Insecure. The therapist that don't work. She was like, no, I'm not even gonna go. He deserves his time. I'm like, no, bitch. Pop the fuck up. We got money. We gonna have bottles. Like, them niggas not gonna be in VIP because they ain't got no money. We finna show out. Like, there. No, you know.
Now.
I'm working on me. Trying to get better. Girl, no. Import another. I would be there on the beach with a 6-foot nigga with abs. And just shit on his whole life.
So, I said I was going to go, but of course I did not go. Because I thought about my feelings. And what if he hadn't been there with that girl? She would have got beat up. Like, she would have got beat up. But that's unsaid. She would have got beat up.
Both of them would have got beat up.
But my feelings, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to come face to face with the situation. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been real.
Then it would have been real. Like, I know he cheated on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not like I wanted to be oblivious about the situation, but I didn't want to come face to face with it.
That's why I think like something really wrong with me. I showed up and signed my divorce papers with a new nigga, okay?
Oh, child.
I divorce papers, I was like, when he gave me the papers, I was like, I don't want to be involved. I was like, I don't want to go to court. I'm not paying for shit. Like, I don't want to be a part of this situation. So I had to sign an affidavit basically saying like, I won't be in court, nothing. So when he gave me the papers, I basically just signed, you know, we had to fill out all the paperwork that went with it, but I filled it out, gave it to him, and that was it. When we got the divorce decree, he had to bring it to my job to say, you know what I'm saying, it's done, it's filed. You know, but the crazy part about it is because we never like physically separated. We lived, the address on the paper for both of us had the same address.
Different names, same address.
My ex-husband, he came home from work. I had been so miserable. I had been crying. Like, my body was just like shutting down so bad on me. And my dad was like, do you need money? I'm like, no, I'm in Hawaii. I make like good money. I found this apartment and I went to the lady. I was just crying. I was like, hey, I gotta move. I found these movers. Like, I left them with everything. Like, literally, my parents sent me like $3,000. I went to fucking the NEX where everybody got their furniture from on Island. I got me a bedroom set, a living room set, tables, end tables, all of that. For like $1,500, this furniture was so...
Wait, all of it together?
All of
Damn!
Girl, you got a whole
Girl, I had
Right.
coupons, I had all the papers, and I just moved into my own place. So it was just worth the peace of mind. I was like, I said, if I stayed one more time in this house with him, like one of us is gonna meet the king.
Ain't nobody gonna make it.
We not. And I don't think people see like how strong women have to be in situations. That's why like anybody moving on, like with kids, like it was just me, so it was so easy for me to go. But I think if I had kids, it would just be so much harder. I used to judge people, like some of my friends, like, bitch, why you still here? Like, leave the fuck, pack up, let's go. But I never imagined like the strength or having to explain to your kid or even having a fucking co-parent with somebody you just can't stand. Like, since I don't even know how you're not even in a crazy house by now.
Yeah.
It's so much to do. So that's why I was like, I don't.
It definitely gets to a point to where it's like you got it in your mind, and it's like you just have to do it. And once you get your mind made up, once you're ready, like mentally, it ain't no turning back. It's like, this is what I have to do for my peace. If you ain't got peace, you got to move your feet. It's time to do something. Something got to shake. I can't stay here no more. And it's like literally just that simple. But the thing that gets me is for like the women who aren't in a position to financially sustain what, you know, after they leave. I made it my mission, even though, you know, nobody gets married thinking they're going to divorce. But I made it my mission to make sure I was going to always be okay. Point blank period. Like, yeah, we shared finances. We had a joint account, but I still had mine. He still had his. I don't want to know what you got going over there, because you ain't finna be checking what I got in my account. You know, by no means, at no time. You're not finna be like, oh, well, no, you have yours, I have mine, and then we have our joint for the bills. And that's, you know, that works for us. Yeah. It may not work for everybody, but me being the person that I am, I needed my own little security, pretty much. So when that time came, I was like, I'm gonna stay. I stayed almost a year banking, because it's hella expensive over here. Okay, to move. Yeah. It's super expensive.
Got to have a month and a half of rent plus your first month rent.
Okay, with the exchange rate.
Exactly.
Okay.
I cannot wait till I get my security deposit back. I'm getting all ones, and I'm taking
Can I get these at once, please?
I'm gonna be disputing everything. No, man. I want all my money.
Renter's insurance, come on. Like, follow through.
The wall. I ain't never touched that wall in my life. I don't even use that second bathroom. I'm getting all my motherfucking money
But this stuff with this adhesive I done got on the wall, I Google how to take it
a
off.
blow dryer.
Blow dryer.
Yes,
Yep.
a blow dryer.
I'm
Yep.
calling out sharp. I'm getting my motherfucking money back. But yeah, like I can just imagine like going from, you know.
It's tough. I mean, you got to go through it, that it's actually happening. You got to process that, and then you got to just get it together and do what you got to do.
Like me, I'm lost with just me. Like waking up in the morning, like I'm not even gonna lie, like just me getting ready myself and preparing, like even this whole transition, like losing my damn marbles. Like I don't know, like I haven't been to the grocery store forever. Like I legit have ordered takeout for the whole fucking week.
Oh my god.
Have more than enough money to go to the commissary. I just haven't. But imagine having 2 people to rely on, and now it's just down to 1. You have to pay me. I feel like just pay me in blood. Somebody gonna have to pay me.
If only, child.
But so speaking of, you know, this whole relationship situation and staying with somebody, even though you know they have cheated on you.
No, but it's different though when people rich though. Like I ain't gonna even like when I see that meme, like you wanna get your heart broken in Brooklyn or Dubai, bitch. Let me cry in Dubai. Future says you gonna cry in the Toyota or the Phantom, bitch. In the Phantom crying.
I don't know. I'm different. I don't want to cry at all. Is that an option? Can I get that option? I just don't want to do it at all.
This option is not available in your Like, I don't think I want to. I don't know. So ever since launching my business, like when it comes to being like being my own boss is different. So like growing up and being homeless, like I was always taught, you know, like you want to find a man that's secure so you can be okay. And I never really realized that I can be secure, but now that I am secure, it's like, like the stuff that I'll put up with is so much different.
Yeah.
You know, like I bring the table to the table, so nah, that's not gonna work.
She said, "I bring the table to the table." Now that's a new one.
Now I bring the seat to the table. I bring the table to the table.
Ain't no table without me. I bring the damn table.
Yeah, so it's like it's
I
so,
hear you, girl.
It's different. So I just wish they would push that so much more on social media, like. Be your own boss. Be your own to where like if shit.
See,
goes
I
off,
will say that was definitely an issue with me and my marriage because I was so independent. Like I just knew I was gonna be okay with or without. But it wasn't like I didn't afford him that opportunity. It was just it never really fell through. So I'm left with doing what I know, sticking to, you know, how I know how to take care of myself. But then it's well you too independent. Well, I told you I needed an oil change like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you ain't did shit. What do you expect?
Yeah, and I think men don't understand, like, to me, I don't mind a man leading. Like, I have no problem with following a man that leads, but you have to know how to lead properly. Like, you're not going to be telling me to do with my money.
I need you to say that again. I need you to say that one more time for the people in the back. There's nothing wrong with following, following a man who is properly leading. I need something to follow, not just blind. We can't be blind leading the blind. You know, you play your leader role, and I shall follow without issue. Yeah. Like, no problem. I want that. I don't want to be in control all the time. I've been there, done that.
Especially because I have to be in control at work.
Yeah.
I have to come home and be in control at fucking home, too.
Right.
Like
make me some steak tonight, damn it. Like, you know.
I got to.
Do you got steak money?
I got to be in control at work, make decisions for people at work, listen to people's problems at work. My last episode was Be His Peace. Be my peace.
Yeah.
Where is my peace? You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
Being my peace is allowing me to follow you.
Bitch, be his brain. These niggas stupid. Be his brain. Let me think for you. Because obviously, but no, like, I have no problem. Like, and I think what worries me so much is that, like, I am so independent. Like, you know,
as
even
well.
in my past relationship, like, it took a while for me to just step back and say, like, like, he took the trash out and I was like, whoa, this is time out. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But it took a while, and for me, like, yes, like I noticed that, like, I do not have a problem with being led, but
you got to know what you're doing, right?
Like, I'm gonna follow you if you got
right.
You both not gonna look stupid. I mean, I gotta talk about you to my friends. No. You go down that path, and
I'm ready for that. I'm ready. And people think being submissive is just like, it has like this negative connotation to it. It don't mean you can't, like, you're not in control. It doesn't mean that you just, yes, okay, yes, sir. Like, hell no, that's not what that means. But that's what we're led to think it means, especially, I guess, like, growing up, all of the older women, they were, yes, okay, okay, I'll have your dinner ready as soon as you get home every day. There's nothing wrong with cooking for your man, but goddamn, it's like, okay, you could cook for me too.
But at the same time, like, people didn't understand that men did everything and that they didn't want their women to work.
Back in the day. Yeah.
So it's a difference. Like, I'm able to do all these things in the house because I do not have to provide, because you are the provider. You are the head of the household. But no, sir, we both not been working, and then I come up in the house and give me all these lists of demands. Sorry, sir, your paycheck doesn't speak to that. Get a raise, baby boy. It's more like, hey, I think I would like, let's meal prep together. No, I demand or I want. You're not bringing in.
Even with just healthy submission, it's still not I demand. It's like, this is what we gonna do for us to be good, or like, it's not.
This is what worked for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So my adoptive parents are married, and I finally asked them. Like, at first I used to think, like, man, my mom is so weak. Like, my dad just makes all these decisions, and she's like, okay, like, at the end of the day, he had the final say. So, finally he hit, and he was like, everybody thought that I was the brains, but I wasn't. Like, Shanina is my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we make decisions, we talk about everything together, but she trusts me enough to where he was like, she's so good that she plants the seeds and they sprout, and I think it's me.
But it's her. Right.
But it's really her.
Yeah.
Shanina.
But it's really her. And
yeah.
I was like, man, and she told me, like, like, she waited a long time to find the love. Like they didn't get married until they were in their 30s. This was both their second marriage, and so it hit me, and she was like, people think that I was. She said I'm not. She said, like, I trusted him. Like, like, I'm retired now, and like the last 10 years, she was like, all my checks have been in savings because it was no need to work. Like, he pays all the bills, but she was like,
I know, right? Falls out.
Right. We still talk about 50-50 over here.
Right.
Yeah. And she was like, I didn't. Like, everything I asked him for, like, kitchen remodeled and stuff like that. So she was like, yes, like, I let him make the, I let him do certain things because she said, like, she used to get so upset. Like, she would ask him, like, well, how do you want the kitchen and how do you want the living room? And he could not. I want a place to fucking sit down. And she was like, it used to bother her so much, but if she said I needed $10,000 to remodel the kitchen, he gave it to her, no questions asked. All I want is a hibachi grill.
Hey, bitch.
And that was it. And she was like, she had to learn to just be okay. Like, he's not one of those people that's like, you the girlfriend, you come shopping with me.
Yeah.
It's his money. He just wants, whatever. So again, like, I feel like she showed me that it was okay to follow if you have a good man to lead.
Yeah.
But girl, no, 50-50. I'm not following you nowhere. Follow me to the bank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you to some job interviews.
Facts.
But so when it comes to Snoop Dogg and Shantae, so she made a post. So he basically posted maybe about 2 weeks ago. He posted basically saying, like, thanks for the kids, thanks for being solid, thanks for being loyal, accepting me on my worst days, whatever. And his worst days, of course, mean like him cheating, getting caught, and that shit being blasted for the world to see.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, not just one time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I can't stand to be embarrassed. Like, embarrassed will have me, I think when I'm embarrassed will have me act the most irate. The most irrational, because in that moment, I just feel like everybody is looking at me.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, like, it's
ooh,
pressure.
what you gonna do?
What you gonna
do?
You know what I'm saying? And that pressure is crazy. So and then she made a post like maybe about a week ago saying like, don't ask me for advice. I done took this dude back 50 million times already. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, but why? You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to, like, I get temptation is real. I get that we live in an environment or in a society where women know you in a relationship, know you're married, and will willingly throw themselves at you. You know, but
like that, what's his name? Khaled, DJ Khaled, that girl. Yeah, like that. Like, who don't know his situation? Yeah. Everybody know what's going on. And she like, oh, I need some water. And he like, no. And she just kept going. These bitches out here is like, they don't care.
They don't.
You know why they don't care?
Because they're not used to dealing with men who actually respects their wife enough to.
Because they get away with it. They know somebody gonna buy it. Mm-hmm. They know somebody want it. Like, oh yeah, I got my wife at home, but you know, damn, you got a fatty shot, you know, something like that. They do it because they get away with it. People want it.
It's yeah, I don't know. I saw that post and I was just like, no. And then Gucci followed up with his fucking post like, yeah, she been riding or die. No, like, why do I have to ride or die? Like, no,
I think somebody recently asked me the question, you know, would I still fool with my dude if he was going to prison? And I was just like, no. The moment he went to prison, we done. I don't deal with criminals. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you get locked up and you expect me to ride,
how long are we talking?
I don't care.
No, like, for real. I guess there's a lot of variables. No, think about it.
I don't care.
So what's the difference between the deployment? Let's say they go away for 6 months to a year. What's the difference between that and the deployment?
You didn't do nothing bad to get this.
Oh, okay. So it's the crime.
Yeah. It's
okay.
The I don't deal
Not
with
the time.
Criminals. Not the time.
Okay.
It's the criminal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deal with criminals.
Right. You gonna steal from me next?
Right.
Wake up to an empty house. Like, how I end up on the air mattress? Where's my bed? Okay.
So it's just like, you could get 6 months. Mm-hmm. It could be for something dumb, like not paying parking tickets, and so now you gotta go do a couple months. Bye.
Really?
Why you ain't paying your parking tickets?
It's hard out here.
If you ain't paying your parking tickets, you must ain't got no money.
Since you can't go to DC because all them niggas got
They need to be on the damn metro, whatever they call it.
I don't know. Like, I hate how it's engraved that women must suffer to get love. Like, I gotta be with you for 20 years after you do all your whole shit.
So I just feel like going back to this Snoop Dogg thing and his wife. What's his wife's name? Shantae. She knew what she was getting into from the very beginning. And for her to say, I took him back 50 million times or whatever, it ain't no I took him back. No, that's what you agreed to. Mm-hmm. Like, flat out. You knew what this was. I hate to even say that, but like, it just comes with the territory. You knew what that was, and you were okay with it. You accepted it. You had your children. You have your life. You have everything, and you know that your man is gonna go do whatever with whomever, whenever he feel like it.
Age is enough. Like, Snoop Dogg was just involved with fucking Selena Powell, aka the Black Widow.
I don't know who that is.
Girl, so she has been in blogs for at least like the past 6 years. Like, she first came out. I was listening to Kid Fury from Furious Thoughts. He's now on the read with Crystal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she exposed Young Money. Like, she had been on like the whole Young Money crew. So like Tigger and fucking Lil Wayne and Mac Man, like she went on this rant saying like she fucked all of them. So then she's known for like exposing like Offset. She said she was pregnant with his baby. It came out not to be true. A few weeks ago, Tory Lanez, she claims that he had his girlfriend beat her ass. But like, she's just known for like every rapper she has dealt with from.
I just feel like at this point, we all know what she do. Just from this little quick rundown, would be like, if I seen her walking down the street, I would turn her away.
Yes, like, I know your resume, ho. No.
To make her upset, she will expose text messages, voice calls, video calls. So basically, it was a video with her and Snoop. She exposed Snoop like, oh, I fucked Snoop. Here's videos. Here's us FaceTime. Here's messages. Of course, he denied it, but I'm like,
you can't deny
facts,
FaceTime.
Like, at some certain point, like at least some of these dudes don't even have fucking respect. Like you disrespect your wife publicly all the time. Snoop, you got grandkids. What the fuck? Like enough is enough. Y'all should be enjoying the old age. You still right? Like, y'all should be retired. Your foot up. You know you a multi-millionaire. You should be living this life of luxury and still.
And you still on this fuckboy shit.
It's not enough.
You fucking with a bitch that you know has exposed all these. I'm talking about from Lucci to everybody. Like dudes be like, it's so bad. She'll message rappers. They'll respond to her and be like, nah, bitch, and post it because they know she gonna post it. Like,
oh my god.
So she cannot say that they tried to mess with them. So for you to fuck with the Black Widow.
Oh, that's why they call her that.
Yeah,
okay, I'm tracking now.
It took her months. She kept on saying that Offset baby was hers. She ended up doing a paternity test. Come to find out, it was her friend's baby. This bitch was never pregnant. She is.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What?
Crazy this in the head, and he exposed her. And I'm like, so many women just take him back, like Aniko and Kevin Hart. Mm-hmm. You was pregnant and you found out your husband was dogging you out, and of course you did the little Instagram commercial with him like, I'm coming with you on tour, ain't gonna be no more stupid shit. No, now you pregnant again. What tour are you going on? Why do you have to go with him to every city to make sure he okay?
So one thing I did see about, because he had like a Netflix, I guess it was like a docuseries, and I seen it, and they had like whoever was interviewing her was like, you know, how do you feel about him cheating and blah blah blah, and towards the end of their conversation, she was crying and she was like, I just feel like it was something we had to go through, like I just love him even more now, and I'm like, bitch, what?
She loved him even more because she was Tori.
No,
right? She was Tori. She was when Kevin was with Tori.
Oh yeah, Karma. Yeah, Karma. Yeah, but I'm like, what do you mean? You're literally saying you love him more because he cheated on you while you were pregnant. What fucking sense does that make?
The sad part about it is that I felt like he was more apologetic to his homeboys than he was to her. And he cheated on her while she was pregnant. No.
I guess because I know what that feels like in the sense, once again, I don't know if it was physical, but I definitely do know the emotional part of it. And it's like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you was thinking, especially being pregnant. You know, hormones is raging, shit is going everywhere. And I'm like, I would not thank him for doing this.
And thank you for dogging me out publicly.
Yeah, like, why? That's not a thank you. That's not a thank you. No. At all. Like, not even close. Like, what is she thinking? But it just goes back to she knowing what she signed up for. She knew what it was when she got into it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, she know the cards she was dealt.
Like
and that's it.
With celebrity couples, I think a lot of them get stuck on they don't want to leave the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
So make your own money.
The difference, I feel like between Jay-Z and Beyonce, it definitely has to just be love.
Yeah.
Because Beyonce could leave in 5 minutes and be okay.
Totally unaffected.
You know what I'm saying? Unaffected.
Mm-hmm.
Just like she said in the song, watch me hop to the next dick. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's
yes!
As soon as we got in lockdown, that's going to be my next caption. I'm just kidding. I gotta stop drinking.
But you know, I think a lot of the celebrity women who basically came into the situation, basically they was nobody, and then they got with this famous dude. In the case of Snoop and Shantae, they've been together since high school. Mm-hmm. So her being with him because he got money is not a factor. But so I think there's genuine love there for sure.
Her staying with him though?
Her staying with him though it has to be because she is accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
She could totally maintain that if she went to court. Yeah, if she went to court, that's not an issue.
Grown now.
But I mean, if she would have went when he first started.
True. Or maybe they got a prenup. You know what I'm saying? When they got married, he was on already.
Yeah.
They got married in 97.
I don't think
he was already.
Snoop was a hood nigga. I don't think they had no prenup.
Who
was
knows?
A hood nigga.
Who knows? I mean, we could definitely check. Something like that might be public.
Come on.
But
you stay with it. Come on, girl.
It's probably public record if I wanted to look and find it. But
I'm gonna Google it right now. Wait, what's her name again?
Shantae Brodus. So it's just one of those things like I don't understand why women stay. So my stance on cheating. This is my stance on cheating. So I feel like if I find out you cheat on me one time, we human. We all fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I can accept that you had a slip up. If I find out you having an affair with somebody, and affair means emotions are attached. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to let you go. Because apparently she is giving you something that I'm not. You know, so go be with her. Then
I don't know about that one time. I don't think you get a pass.
If I feel like you're cheating consistently, like maybe you a sex addict or whatever the case may be, but you just doing it. Like, I'm not the person for you. Apparently, I'm not doing something for you. And I've heard people be like, you know, we have sex 2-3 times a day, and if the man is still cheating on you, like, girl, let that man be.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with him.
Yeah. Like that 2-3 times a day?
I don't know. Like,
every day?
That's what I feel
It ain't gonna be me.
I'm charging people. Like, I feel like if you nigga want to date me, like, I just want $1,000 waste your time fee, right? So if shit goes south, like, at least I left out with something. Like, I'm not getting in a relationship where I gotta leave out with nothing. Like, if my dude now cheat on me, like, I'm gonna make the Air Force Times.
Oh,
Sex
Lord.
sergeant snaps.
The snapped episode on
Left
oxygen.
Let that 2.0 burnt up.
Technical sergeant had a blossoming career till one day fatal tragedy struck.
I'm making the best of snaps. Snap 2020, a bitch gonna be on there because I ain't going out. I ain't going out with nothing. What happened to his car? What car?
Ain't no more car.
Ain't no more.
It's gone.
Yeah, because I feel like women, you know, if a woman goes out and cheats, like Kalani, remember when they said that she was talking to the little
and she tried to damn kill herself after that.
Like they traumatized her, but let a rapper get caught with another bitch, and it's like, oh, my nigga pulling bad bitches, blah blah blah. No. Well, I'm not a cheater. I'm a copycat. We equal.
Right.
So the get back is real.
So we're not in an open relationship. I thought.
Right. I mean, you did it first, so no.
We the same. We both shocked. Wow, you ain't know.
So the whole time I was married, I didn't cheat. I didn't even entertain. Anything. And I was telling you about this a little bit ago, but I just always felt like it was just complete disrespect. Like, you already know I'm married, and then you gonna come to me like that? Like, that already means you don't have no respect for me. If you think I'm just gonna slide. You know, like, no, it's like, I don't want to hear nothing you talking about. Like, I just didn't. I shut everything down. I literally didn't want it, even though I was not happy. And you ask, you know, why do you stay? Well, sometimes you got to stay to get your shit together, to make your next move. You know what I'm saying? Plan your life. Like, still have those conversations. Hey, I'm not happy. Don't just spring the shit on the other person, because I wouldn't want that, you know, for me. Or, you know, I would never do that. Like, we're still married. And
I didn't get that cursing.
I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But, I mean, sometimes going back to this, I keep forgetting her name. What's her damn name? Shantae. She know what it is. That's why she stayed. Me, on the other hand, I stayed to try. I just wanted to figure it out, and I wanted to be absolutely certain that this was my decision. Because I didn't want to do no back and forth. I have a child, like, we share a child. I don't want to have inconsistencies. I just wanted it to be, if I'm done, I'm done. I don't want to go back. I don't want to put myself through that. Who wants to move out, get your own shit, and then move back? Like, nobody wants to do that. That's chaos.
Yeah.
That's not peace. That's chaotic. I don't want to live my life like that. So, to answer the question why I stayed, wait, is this the hot cocoa? The hot cup of cocoa? Are we still on the...
It's all meshed together. It meshed together.
Okay, so I stayed because I wanted to be sure that I was making the right decision. You know, you're supposed to be still in some situations, like not necessarily act on emotion, but just like get it all together, get the big picture together. So I did that, and then I had to stack my money. I had to make sure I was gonna be good, like good once I moved out, because he didn't want the divorce. So I didn't know what kind of spiteful, you know, behavior he was gonna be on, and I don't want to just be calling everybody for help. I'm not calling my mom. You know, I'm not calling my dad. Like, yeah. I'm a grown individual. Like, I have a child. It's my responsibility. Like, granted, I could if I wanted to or needed to, but I just didn't want to. Like, this is my situation. Like, I have to deal with this. So I stacked my money for like almost a year. And then I was like, I found a place. You need to start looking. I mean, by this time, we were already in separate bedrooms for like over a year. You know, close to even a year. Yeah. It's like, this ain't nothing new. You knew it was coming. I clearly communicated everything throughout this whole time, too. I'm not happy because of this. I don't want to stay because of this. Like, you can't expect me to even want you anymore after, you know, all of this shit has transpired. And not just the text messages. Like, it's not that shallow, but... I was clear with everything, and then I said, I found my place. You need to start looking, bro, because I'm gone in January. And he found his place, and I mean, we moved, and life is good. I love coming home to my house. I said coming home like I've been going somewhere else. Damn coronavirus, been stuck in the damn house. But I love having my place, my peace, my everything. I didn't take nothing from the house. The only thing I really took was this living room, this dining room table. Everything else I brought brand new. I don't want no towels. I don't want no dishes. I want no forks. I don't want none of that. I want my own. And he didn't understand that. Why you don't want this? Why you like? He made it an issue. I don't want it.
It's a different. I think it's a different feeling. Like once you're able to, like for me, just praying. Like I just want to be able to have my own. Like do for my own. Like I remember being younger and stuck with people because like. I legit had nothing. I ain't had no money. I ain't know about credit. None of that. So like I stayed with a lot of people when I should have ran, but they had that control over me because they had money. But once I started making rank and get my own check and then learning how to, you know, start a business and flip that bag and have multiple bags, it was like, oh.
You can't tell me nothing.
What color is the sky? Nah, I don't think it's blue. It's not gonna work. Like let me go. But I just wish more women had that strength, or more people was out there telling them like, I mean, if you want to stay, that's your choice. But I feel bad for anybody that gotta stay and they fucking miserable.
So I never told anybody this story. One day I was coming home. This was when me and my ex were still living together. Coming home after work, so I had my daughter in the car, and I remember just sitting in the car. I didn't even want to go in the house. Like I was just sitting in the car in the driveway. And, you know, my daughter's in the back. She's just chilling, listening to Baby Shark, whatever. And I said, what would I tell Janelle to do if she was in my shoes right now? What would I tell her to do? And would she be proud of me that I'm taking this like, I'm going to follow through with this decision? And I just, like, started bawling. Because that was the moment everything was solidified in my mind. Yes, you're making the right decision. Yes, it's going to be better for you and Janelle. She doesn't need to live in tension. Now, granted, like it wasn't arguing. We weren't arguing every day or things like that. But babies pick up on energy, and nobody can tell me different. You know what I'm saying? They may be cranky and don't even know why. Well, it's a lot of tension in the house. And I just sat there and I thought to myself, because I had maybe like a couple days prior to this day, I had a conversation with someone. I'm not gonna say who, but she was basically like, don't leave. What are you leaving for? Like, you got it made. Excuse me? So when you hear these things, and I try to be rational like Coco sometimes. Okay, now, Tierra, like, let's think about this. But it's like, at the end of the day, I was not happy. Like, point blank, period. It's just that simple. I was not happy. So I'm sitting in this car, and I'm thinking about all of this, and I just started bawling. I'm like, I wouldn't want my baby to be sitting in a situation like this when she didn't have to. You come live with me for, however long you need to. Like, no, you're just not going to do this. And at that moment, I felt so proud of myself for saying, no, I'm not going to stay. And that I was going to actually move. Like, that was it. After that, it wasn't no turning back. It was like, he could say whatever he wanted to. He could tell me how much he loved me. He could tell me how much he hated me. And I was not affected at all because my mind was made up. Like, it was it. I was done. Like, that's it. And I don't care. You could buy me 1 million, all the flowers you was talking about earlier. You could do it 5 days a week, twice on Sundays. I wouldn't give a shit. Like, my mind was made up. And then I had to also take into account, everybody's going to have their opinion. Everybody going to tell you what they think you should be doing. But you need to really just sit and think about what's going to work for you. What are you comfortable with? What are you willing to accept? I'm not this Shantae. Oh, it's not Shantae. Oh, Shantae. I'm not that chick. Like, that ain't me. I can't just sit with this. I can't. Like, I deserve better. I deserved way better than what I received. Now, granted, we did get married young. We weren't in our teens. We were in, like, early 20s. But I wasn't the same 19, 18-year-old Tierra that he was dating when we first met. He was kind of still the same 19, that. And I was like, I just can't do this. And I can't teach anybody how to be a man. I cannot teach you those things. Like, you have to mature. You have to have your own goals. You have to have your own personality. You have to have your own footing in your life. I can't give you that. And you can't look for me to give you that either because you done already failed. And that was kind of some of the stuff that I was dealing with too. So that car, me sitting in that car was like my coming to Jesus moment. And I was like, I'm done. Like, that's just it. Sometimes you just got to cry it out. I sat still. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't make any rash decisions for a long time. I made sure I was doing what was right for me. And then when I had that, like, aha moment, I was completely okay with it. I wasn't sad anymore. I wasn't like, oh, my marriage didn't work and I got this baby. I'm about to be a single parent. Like, I didn't care about none of that. It was like, okay, now I got to do what I got to do. Let the grind begin. Hunger Games, whatever, all of that shit, let it begin because I got to do what I got to do. And I did it. And from that moment, that just marked the individual, like, just me, and then, like, the parent, and then just the overall, just my being. That was set that day I was in that garage in the car with Janelle in the backseat. Mm-hmm. And I'm forever grateful for it because had it not been for that conversation where the person told me to stay, it may have took me longer to come to that conclusion. And I may not be, we may not be sitting right here right now, but I'm totally glad I did. And, yeah, that's why I stayed. It was only to get my shit together. I didn't stay because initially, well, I guess I'll say towards the end. Towards the end, I didn't stay because I couldn't leave. I stayed in the beginning because in my mind, you're married, you have to put in your work. Mm-hmm. You got to make it work, or you got to try to make it work, but it ain't going to ever work if it's only one person.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that took a long time for me to, I guess, to put into perspective. But I mean, I got there eventually. And then I never had the mentality of, oh, this ain't gonna work. With me and my marriage, it was, what can I do to make it work? Or what can I do to show him that this isn't okay? Like, you can't do that. I will not accept that. How do you not accept something but you still stay? Mm-hmm. How do you put that foot down and be like, no, you can't do this, and then it happened again? No, you can't do this, and then it happened again. Like, at some point, he's going to be like, oh, yes, I can do this. You ain't going nowhere. So I just had to, figure all of that out. I didn't want a divorce, so that's why I stayed as long as I did, and then obviously add a kid into it. I feel like everybody should just try for the sake of their children. Like, at that point, it's not about you anymore. It's about you and that baby. Who deserves, both their parents and blah, blah, blah. But she still get both of us, just not in the same house. So, that is it. That's all I got to say about that one.
So, of course, I feel like I've expressed this on the show before, but I was not the one who wanted the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
File for the divorce, like none of it. I was basically just told, like, we getting a divorce and you just need to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? When he first said he didn't want to be married, he said, I don't want to be married, but I want to work it out. So to me, if you say you want to work it out, that means, okay, let's try counseling or, something. And he was like, I don't need to go talk to nobody and make them change my mind when my mind is already made up. So looking in the midst of that conversation, it was.
I feel like you had a little bit of hope. Because
he said he wanted to work it out.
Yeah.
I had hope that we was going to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then I think because I had that little bit of hope, anything he said after that was just like, well, we going to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
We going to work on it the way he want to work on it. You know what I'm saying? But looking back on it, when he said, I don't need nobody to change my mind when my mind is already made up, you done already said, and you said all of this in the same breath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I keyed in on that, I want to work it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, looking back on that conversation, the relationship was over when you said you didn't want to be married anymore.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I couldn't see that. It was just like, we gonna work it out. Because for real, nothing had happened that was just like, nobody, at that point, I don't think nobody had cheated on the other person. I don't think that, anything bad had happened where it was like, we need to get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It was just like,
I ain't feeling it no more.
We was having a rough patch.
He was like, he ain't feeling it no more, and he didn't want to do it. Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just always thought when you got married, you fought for your marriage.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you wasn't just boyfriend and girlfriend. You wasn't just dating. It wasn't something as simple as being like, okay,
marriage is work too.
I don't want to be with you no more. Okay, bye.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Shit, that was me. For real, like I was so used to, girl, I packed my shit quick. Like we literally was married, moved out, stayed married, went to therapy. The therapist said you should move back in together, and then finally the pastor was like, he was like, hey, because I was like, hey, I come from a Christian family, you're supposed to work on your marriage, and you gotta stay, and you take it, and everybody telling me to stay, and he was like, the most iconic thing that he told me, and I put it on my vision board for a whole year. He said, God did not intend for you to wake up every day and be miserable.
I had a moment like that. You remember we was at Notre Dame when we was in France? Yeah.
That was a trip I wasn't invited to.
Uh-oh.
No, it was in training.
And me and Coco went to the altar. We both said our prayers, and I was like in the midst of going through all of this. And of course, that was a part of my prayer. Just, lead me, just guide me in the right direction. Give me the strength to do whatever it is. Not even necessarily leaving. Just give me the strength to get through, this and do pretty much. I needed to be comfortable, and I needed to just have that put into me. And then afterward, remember, I was just like bawling. And my mom, she said, this is something that's going to stick with me forever. She said, God didn't put y'all together. Like, you remember that? You remember that? And then I just started bawling all over again. It was like, it just makes so much sense. Like, that wasn't a union made from, like, it wasn't supposed to be. Like, we put ourselves together.
Yeah.
God didn't do that. Like, that wasn't for me. And once again, I heard that and I was like, okay, yep. Because me also growing up, like in the church, Christian background, you always had that stigma stuck with you if you get a divorce. It's like, oh, she, you know, walking in church, oh, she just got a divorce, you know, like stuff like that.
Especially in the military, because all your documents can never say single.
Right, D.
And all say double.
D.
Y'all, for the like 2 years before I came here, all my shit said widow.
What?
I swear to God, I switched all my shit. Like, you know, I had like milk PDS access, so I was mad when they so I put widow. So like, I'll never forget. My first partner was like, he was like, Harris, baby, I'm so sorry. He was like, let us know the anniversary. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I was just so weirded out. Like, you put on the form like your birthday, significant anniversary.
Yeah.
And he was like, I noticed you didn't put like the date down. I'm like, what fucking date? Like the date in which you was like widowed. And I was like, oh, that nigga lied. He dead to me, but he still fucking alive.
Not widow. Oh my God.
Like, I know. I saw him. He was like, yeah, I saw him in Korea, and everybody was shocked. And he messaged me. And he was like, you are so fucking childish. He was like, people talking about some why he get invited to the funeral.
Oh my God, because it wasn't one.
He was like, oh, that's my ex-wife. I'm fucking alive. And I had I forgot. I totally did that. Like all my virtue and PF, all my shit was like. And he didn't change his insurance or anything. So like one time he got into a bad car accident. Mm-hmm. So I was notified.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, like I don't know. I just felt like I'm a true believer in faith and strength, and I don't know, like. I mean, if you stay and you find a reason to stay and y'all can move past it, go. But knowing me and who I am, like
everybody's marriage is different too. Everybody got their own. What goes on between the man and the woman is between that man and that woman. Okay, just because we have our picturesque ideas of what marriage should be like, and all of that foo shit in between, that don't mean it's gonna work for these other people. And if Shantae like that, then so be it. Like if she know. Well, this is the one thing I got to deal with to maintain this lifestyle, and she okay with it, then more power to you, girl. More power to you. I couldn't do it, but enjoy your bags while he out there cheating and giving all his. I ain't gonna say goodies because I just can't see Snoop in that light, but just giving all of it away. I couldn't do it though.
He mad old, baby.
He is not
whatever he was throwing in.
That ain't even nobody to be checking for either. Snoop? Are you kidding me? Yuck. I mean, but for everybody else too. Whatever it is.
Be single. Like I feel like this. If you want to be single, be single. Like do it. Just live you. But like, I feel like stop seeking out people. Like my biggest lesson I learned is like. Date in your own lane. I feel like so many people are not focused on their own lanes. Like,
so what you mean by?
I see so many women like, oh, you gotta have this to date me, but then I'm like, well, what the fuck do you got?
Yeah.
You don't have nothing, or vice versa. I just feel like if you want to just be out here hoeing and thotting or whatever, be with a bitch who like open relationships, who like threesomes, who like get down, but. Stop being selfish. I feel like so many people, they just want people to want them. Like, I want to be with them because I want to be with them, but I don't want them with nobody else. Yeah. But I still want to live my life, but I want you to be here.
So that person got to do some soul searching, pretty much. Soul search, like for me. So a lot of people get married before they even know who they are.
And that was me. I feel like when I got married, I did not know who I was as a person, as a woman. I wasn't even a fucking woman. I was still a little teenage kid. My first base was overseas. My first time being away from all my family and friends.
Oh, you grown now, girl. You grown now.
I'm partying.
Right.
I didn't know. So when it got to the age of 25, 26, wait a minute. I know the person I'm becoming. I had mentors. I started making rank fast. I passed him. I was winning awards. Like. Everything in my life was growing. He was kind of stagnant, and I'm like, damn, I'm really competing with people that I live with. Like,
Child, don't.
And that's a hurtful feeling, but that's why I tell people, like, know who you are, know what you want, and then again, at the end of the day, my biggest thing, and I say that on my vision board every day, like, know what you bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to leave, or motherfucking bring your own motherfucking table. And that's why I was like, I just know, like, I saw a thread about Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. He said when he prayed for Sierra, he made a list of non-negotiables, and he didn't give a fuck. Like, I mean, he was at the top of his game. You know, he was that football dude. Mm-hmm. He had won his championship.
Shit, he's still that football.
He still is, but like at that point, he was at the top of his career.
Yeah.
A new eligible bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
Who don't want him? Who ain't throwing themselves at him? And he made a list of non-negotiables, and that kind of hit me. And I'm like, so often when you dating people, you like, I got a list of 10, but you know, he made 3.
Yeah.
So, you know,
a strong look 3 in the possible.
Yeah, so it's like you take it and you put up with it, but for me now, every day is like, these are my non-negotiables. And I remember like a few months ago, I was like in my home, boo-hoo crying on the floor, like an ugly cry. Like, I had been crying so much, my mama was like, I'm gonna fly out there because you going through something. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I really need you. Like, I'm losing my marbles. Like, I was so hurt because I'm like, man, I'm putting out so much and I'm not getting it back. Like, is it me? Like, what's wrong with me, or what's going on? Like, and I couldn't see, like, no matter what people said about me, like, oh, you popping, oh, you cute, oh, you this. Like, I didn't look in the mirror for like 2 months. It hurt to look in the mirror. Like, it hurt for me to see. Like, I'm like, I don't see what you see. Like, I had just beat myself up that much because I'm like, damn, like, I'm 30. Mm-hmm. And at this point in my life, I should be married with kids, and I'm making rank, and I'm doing all this, and I should be traveling.
Progress, not perfection, honey.
I should be on a fucking gram with his and hers, and I'm still out here like, hey, what's your favorite color?
Oh, man.
Oh, you don't eat seafood? It's not gonna work. Shit like that. And you know, it kind of hurt. It kind of hits you, like when you pray and you pray and you pray for signs, and God actually gives you that sign, and you're like, nah, that ain't what He did.
See, I feel like though that's a part of learning yourself. Not a lot of people do that. If that's what it took for you to know what your non-negotiables are,
like
then it's okay.
Because it hurts. Like, if I had to pick, I don't think I would do it. Like, I didn't set out to do that.
So
like,
growth is not comfortable. You were supposed to be in that space.
I was, but like when I was in that space, it was so like coming to the truth and coming up with it. Like, I don't know, it's one person, y'all. One person. Like, when it comes down to like an ideal person of like who you want to be with, like he would be number one on any fucking list that I picked. Everything I would want in a person. He's smart, he's caring, he's businessman, he's focused, he's just like my go-to. And I remember like why can't we work? Like, why can't we fit? Like, no matter who I'm with, I'm comparing them to this person, but this person
you can't do that.
But I can't be. I'm not with this person, and it's just, to me, I felt like growth is so fucking ugly. Nobody ever tells you that. Like, I used to be online like, I can't wait for my spiritual awakening. I can't wait for this growth, but it's so fucking ugly because it's gonna make you sit in the mirror and face your worst fucking fears. It's gonna make you see some shit about you. Like, I was asking for a lot, and I was really a basic bitch. Like, I'm asking for Chanel and Gucci and Prada, and I'm over here eating meat from the commissary because I can't afford Subway.
I feel like that was just something you needed to go through.
It was, and I'm grateful that I went through it. But yeah, like, I feel like if so many women knew their worth or knew their potential, I feel like there's so many women out there like,
ooh, that potential word. We tend to allow shit too because he might be able to, or I can see him do, or he got like, that is dangerous territory. You cannot fall into that, I say, quote unquote, potential trap. I did that shit. Don't look. Do not do it. Don't do it. It's like you have to show improve. Like, granted, everything is not going to be laid out and done, completed when you first start dating, or like even in the beginning stages. Somebody can be actively working towards something, but you have to show that. It can't be, oh, well, yeah, I'm about to start this business. I'm about to be, 6 figures every 2. Like, no, like, what are you doing? You can't just sit and talk about it and I'm just waiting on the Lord. Nah, what you doing?
So I remember like going through my separation divorce process and just asking him, like, I was so distraught about the situation because I felt like I was a good wife. You know what I'm saying? I cooked, I cleaned, I paid by half the bills.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I can come up with 50 million reasons why we weren't meant to be together. But I literally felt like I did my due diligence as far as, like, being present, being like, I'm a good wife, I'm not going to entertain other people, whatever. And I remember asking him, just being like, why am I not worth fighting for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
I feel like I do everything. No, I don't have sex with you every day like you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I work a full motherfucking time job.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I outranked him. You know what I'm saying? So I was a supervisor, and, as a frontline supervisor, you deal with all the BS. You know, people got shit going at home, you got to be involved.
Yeah.
They got shit going on at work, you got to be involved. So it's like when I come home, like, I'm still cooking, I'm still cleaning. I'm still doing the things that I'm supposed to do. I'm not cheating on you. I'm not entertaining other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like one of the turning points, and this was prior to us getting married, but this definitely was a situation that should have been like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for you. But I wanted to be married so bad,
mm-hmm.
I stayed. You know what I'm saying? But basically, he violated my privacy. He went through all my messages. And when I say all my messages,
mm-hmm.
not just messages between me and dudes. He went through my Facebook messages.
I know
because at the time,
about me, I called him all types of pussy ass fuck niggas.
And this how I know he went through
You
Facebook
can't hang around Lala no more.
And this how I know he went through Facebook messages, because me and Lala would only talk through Facebook for the most part.
That's the plug.
And so he would be like, I know you. He confronted me and was just like, I know you talked to this person about me. You talking to Lala about me and da 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 da. And it's just like, those my friends.
Everything I said about him was true though, but.
But it was just like, that should have been a turning point to be like, okay, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But I stayed because I was just like, in my mind, it was minor. Because I had never cheated on him. Like, I talked to my friends about you or whatever. Okay, you seen me talking to this other person. But this other person happened literally right before it like me. This person is still in my life. You know what I'm saying? Mr. And Mr. I had a conversation with Mr. about him. And basically Mr. told me, like, stop being so picky. You know what I'm saying? If you keep nitpicking, you're not never going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Give that man a chance. You know what I'm saying? Mr. is the fucking reason me and him even were anything.
I told her to run. So just for the record, everybody.
You should have been like, nigga, he the one that got you here. Shut up.
I was like, I said, he a what? He live what? Gotta leave them rats in the dorms.
But
oh God,
he was a dorm rat. Waited his life. That nigga had a motherfucking
now
old ass car. Like, he ain't know nothing about fashion. He ain't know nothing about no Louis, no motherfucking Gucci. He ain't know nothing about riding foreign. None of that shit. He was a motherfucking Hyundai hoe.
Oh God.
And then he play with my best friend. To this day.
Look, that little boy bitch is a Hyundai hoe too. She's a Hyundai hoe too.
Bitch, remember my motherfucking
that bitch,
right?
She gonna always be
little boy bitch. Look, y'all, that's a story for another time.
Little boy bitch. When I tell you, I
She knew. She fucking knew.
Fucking high.
Incognito. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just need us to get released and hustle to open so little boy bitch can just get what she got and let's just be
like old boy got dropped on the floor. She gonna be right next to him. Okay. They gonna be looking at each other like, damn, me too. Yep. Shit, me too. You gonna help me up? I help you. Like,
Excuse me, ma'am.
Excuse me, sir.
Also, you still don't have your kid. Don't let up Corona. You didn't have your kid before Corona.
Ooh, we honey.
All I'm saying is I was shocked.
Where you get your haircut at, bitch?
I was shocked when I seen her ass.
Girl.
I was like,
I wish I could have been there.
Bitch,
I wish I could have been there.
I was in motherfucking Bill PS like. So you had to be some motherfucking underground man, like. Bitch,
Don't she look like it? Like.
she
mole rat.
motherfucker.
She knew that motherfucking ass was coming.
Hot. Okay.
Bitch.
Look, March 12th then came and went, and this hoe still
Right.
here.
I'm like, oh, she made it out just
Right.
before. Psych. Nope. Still here.
You got something you want to say to me, ho? I think you do.
I wish I could have been there.
Girl, security force is
I'm
like,
just so mad. My motherfucking people went on the gate because I knew they would have motherfucking recorded this shit.
oh my God. It's on CCTV somewhere.
Somebody
You got something you want to say to me? Oh, I think you do.
Look, I'm going to call you back.
I never said that.
And I was like, let me refresh your memory since you forgot. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, boo.
Ladies, don't be out here fucking with military niggas because they stupid. They don't know how to cheat.
The moral of the story is don't talk shit if you ain't the one to back it up.
Yes.
Exactly.
Point blank period.
Don't be like, oh, I know who your wife is, such and such and such and such. And then when the wife confronts you, you get quiet, bitch. What's up? Don't
You
lie.
catch amnesia.
Thanks.
Screenshots.
You hoe.
Screenshots don't lie.
All I needed was a phone number.
With your stupid ass.
Ooh,
But,
it's out.
yes, women are out here accepting these dudes
Prime
cheating
example.
on their women. They know they married, they still fool around with them.
I can't. Y'all gonna show y'all my ex-husband, new wife, y'all. I'm not a hater like at all, but everybody say like that second wife supposed to be hotter than your first wife. Y'all, first of all, nobody knew he got married. He ain't post no pictures.
Ooh.
And then like she came through and I was just like
Psych.
So, he married her to get out of his assignment. They ended up going to this base and then they got, another assignment. So she left her because she had a kid before him because he was the godfather. So her kids in the States, they're at different bases because they're on short tours. They're going to another place and every day, like, somebody sent me a screenshot of, like, her Facebook post. And she's so sad and she's so depressed and she's so miserable. And I'm like,
Karma's a
my
bitch.
ancestors don't be playing about me, but, that's what you
Not
did.
the ancestors,
I could have
child.
told you he was a fuck boy. Like, he's still a fuck boy. Like, I don't care. You can dress him up nice. You can put him in a suit and a tie. He's just a fuck boy in a tie. But, it's just like, it's to me karma, baby. Like,
Yeah, like if you put it out there that that's what you accept from the beginning,
Like,
then
what
you're
makes
not
you
gonna
think
do
that?
anything else. Like the little boy bitch. I ain't trying to do no talking. Like you can cut. Like if a nigga ever came out the side of their neck and told me some shit like that, that's just it. We're done. Bye. Like
I ain't trying to do no talking.
I ain't trying to do no. I don't want to do a whole lot of talking.
Nando's.
Ooh,
She ain't getting no meals.
she ain't get shit.
Y'all just getting fucked and forgot.
What he said? It feel like you just want me
For my body, girl, and it's like the sad thing is.
Looks like a 12-year-old boy.
Wide body boy. Okay. The sad thing is if you already feel that way, why would you continue?
Exactly.
Why continue? Cause you really think he gonna leave to be with you? Like no. You really think Snoop is gonna leave his wife to be with you? You know what I'm saying? You want some hush money? Is that your life? Is that your lifelong goal to acquire hush money?
These bitches don't even be having like they don't have no brains about them. Like bitches be having 10 motherfucking Chanel bags, but you don't
Right.
own no property, no
Sleeping
house.
on an air
Yeah, you
mattress.
can't flip. Like, you got an apartment that's not even furnished.
You got a bag and ain't got shit to put in
Yeah,
it.
y'all bitches hustling backwards. Fuck out of here. No.
Yeah.
Look,
It's a no.
y'all, I'm sorry. Like, ladies, men, you're in situations, better yourself.
First. Get yourself together
Make
first.
sure you bringing the table to the table.
As Lala said, bring that motherfucking table to the table.
But make sure you're able to survive on your own. So if shit go motherfucking south, you can motherfucking leave. Like, I'm not saying leave after every little argument. I used to have that bad habit. Like, right now, you know, I'm working through some shit, you know, working on myself. But it's gonna get to a certain point. Like, don't motherfucking diminish your morals to be with somebody. Like, to me, that ain't love. Like, love ain't supposed to hurt. Like, I'm not gonna be up here crying and rocking.
Okay,
and shit,
Trey
and shit out
Songz.
here.
Love ain't supposed to feel this way.
Yeah, like, I'm not doing, like, please stop.
And ain't no passing the test. I don't like that mindset either. Oh, she right. She did. No, I don't want to do that. No.
Back and see all the dudes that I was, man, a lot of my ride or the dies got out the car, like, the motherfucking car was parked. No, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, I'm not auditioning. Like, my last dude thought I was like, oh, you need to do, you don't look for women to do this. No, sweetheart, you can suck, you can fuck, you can ride, you can do all of that. And them niggas still gonna do what they doing.
That video you sent me on Instagram where the girl was, the cartoon where the girl was laying in the bed with the dude, and he was like, oh, well, you know, I'm a good catch, and I do, that just made me think about that. Niggas' mentality these days is so skewed. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are, first of all, to make somebody feel like they're not worth? What do you bring to the table? Well, let's first have the conversation what you bring to the table as the man, first and foremost, because that's
where I can entertain myself.
Right.
Good conversation.
I can raise a child by myself. Well, goddamn it, do it. What the fuck you need me for?
You had a baby by your motherfucking
It's like,
self,
girl, that little video. I hope you could like post it or something. Put a side link or something so they can see this, because it made me like, I ain't gonna say mad, but I was tight. I'm like, and this is fucking what I gotta deal with now. This day and age, all of these little even some of the, I'll say our age group. Some of them ain't there yet. That's what they think. Like, oh, you just this catch, and I'm just here to make you happy, or just, and don't take that the wrong way, because obviously you're supposed to make your partner happy, but I'm not here for your fucking entertainment. Exactly. Like, I'm not here to just, oh, baby, oh, you want me to iron your drawers today? Hell nah. Nigga.
I don't iron.
Chris. Coco.
I don't iron. So I send my shit to the cleaners, and when I got a man, he ironed for me.
I'm just not going through the ringer for you to just be content with what you think you're giving me, and it's okay. If I gotta step it up, you gotta step it up too. We both gonna be working.
I had a dude get mad at me because he was like, oh, you got a cleaning lady, you don't clean. No,
nigga, I got a cleaning lady too. But trust me, my shit is spot. Look, these
I
2 months
before the motherfucking cleaner lady get to my house.
It's like, can I have help? Damn,
right.
That's all it is.
Like, I don't give a fuck how your mama was raised. Maybe she had money to afford a cleaner. I do, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Nigga, do you clean?
I do.
Do you wipe your ass?
Day cleaning, and the cleaning person comes and does the things to maintain the apartment.
Clean my oven.
Cleaning the motherfucking baseboards.
Yeah.
Cleaning the oven.
Yeah.
This is what the cleaner does.
Wash the windows. Thank
you. Appreciate
you. Y'all, it's dating in this century is fucking wild.
But was it ever okay? I don't feel like it was
the
ever.
Thing is, I think dating has always been this way, but social media magnifies everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It brings shit to the forefront that we were never thinking about before.
Yeah.
I don't give a
you
fuck.
know what I'm saying?
My nigga can go missing. He's still not getting posted on my page.
Have you seen? Nope.
I wouldn't even share. I shared that motherfucking shit from my business page before you go on my personal page. But it's just so much now, and I feel like in the military, just super speed shit up. It's like we always gonna go. We always traveling and deployments, and you meet people. And it's like black people meet on crack.
Blackpeoplemeet.com.
Oh no, I hope people just take from this like, do what's best for you. You know, do what makes you happy. But like, if you stay because shit gonna get better or you feel it's better. But like, if you're
don't stay because you feel obligated. Yeah, that's my biggest thing.
You don't owe nobody fucking nothing like at all. Like,
and not your mama, not your friends. Everybody gonna have their opinion. You gotta do what's right for you.
Some people like, oh, I can't believe you got divorced. So yes, bitch, divorce. Yes, I did. Best thing for me. I am happy. Live your life, cause motherfuckers on the outside looking in, everything looks sweet. Mm-hmm. I can post every day. Oh my god, my nigga the best. He sent me flowers. He sent me roses. Like, that don't be the truth. Like, that shit just be a motherfucking
the ones that be posting like that be the ones going through it, and they just trying to hide it and cover
just
the
like
shit up.
Dude, he got a girl tattooed on his back, her whole portrait. Like 2 weeks later, he killed her. What? And motherfuckers was like, "That's goals. That's goals." He made the shade room. Like, he got his wife's photo tattooed on his whole back.
Her memorial.
No, like memorial. Like, pretty much. He killed himself and he killed her. Like, people so used to that on Instagram. I don't know what the fuck about none of that.
To me, social media, I don't need to post my relationship on social media for it to be real, to validate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a friend that used to be like, he never posts me on his page. Oh, excuse me. He made me upset. And I'm just like, why do him posting you on social media?
Yeah, girl, like, you inviting trouble.
Like, at the time, I was married, and my husband did post me on his social media. It wasn't every day or whatever, but he did it, on occasion. But I'm like, even if he never did that, it wouldn't have bothered me because that does not validate our relationship.
And hoes still gonna holler. You can
post you 20 because times. I was, like I said, I was good on his page, and that girl still reached out to him. Hey, how you doing? Are you okay? Da 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 da. And it's just like, him posting you is not going to stop the people from being in his inbox. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could say, yeah, I'm in a relationship, this my girl, but tag you so they can hit your page and everything. But at the end of the day, like, that does not validate your relationship.
At all.
So, I think we had a very good discussion tonight.
Yeah.
As always, I thank y'all for supporting me, for being a part of the show. Supporting my brand, and as always, I thank you guys for tuning in. To those people who listen all the time, shout out to y'all for supporting me. For the people who are new, I hope that you enjoyed this Kiki session, this hot cup of cocoa, because this is what I want the show to be about. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
It's a conversation about things that we go through every day. Everybody can relate to the things that we talk about on this show, and so I just hope y'all get something from it. I hope it's a good laugh, some entertainment, but you also get something from it. So thank you for listening, and that's it. That's going to cut it for this week's episode. Do y'all have any final words that y'all want to say?
If man or woman, if you just feel yourself in a situation to where you have to ask yourself, should I stay? I feel like that's a issue right there. That's definitely a red flag, and you need to explore it. Come to your own conclusion. Do what you got to do. Communicate the whole way, and then just go with it. Rock with it. Everybody makes mistakes. I will say that, but take your time with it. Life is too short to be unhappy, so you need to do what you got to do. You're worth it. I remember saying, like, I'm too fly for this. I kept telling myself, like, I'm young, like, I'm not no busted, I'm not no little boy bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too fly for it. I deserve more than what I'm getting, especially after I've communicated it. So me just having that mentality, and then me just knowing that I just deserve just better. And I just made the decision to leave. Not many times women ask for the divorce, but I am one of those few statistics that did, and I am okay. I'm living my best life. Okay. Lala.
I had some dope shit to say, but I feel like all the alcohol is kicking me in.
Hit us with a one-liner.
I know, right? You can't put a crown on a clown, girl.
I have no fucking idea. I don't know. I just say, like, just be happy. Do what's best for you and be genuinely happy. I know for months on social media, I looked like I was on top of the world. Like, I was partying, boozing, I was winning awards, and people saw it, but deep down, I was miserable as fuck. I cried every night. I used to be in front of my building at work crying in the car, and I had to pull myself together. But take the time to do you. Take the time to heal you, and just take the time to be the best you, because I don't give a fuck. The last thing my grandmother told me is that you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes.
So shit. Water yourself, nurture yourself, and
do what you gotta do, and know that you're doing the right thing, and it'll be easier to make. Like you were saying, you was like, I do this, I do that. Like, you knew you was doing the right thing. For me, I did the exact same shit, and then I didn't cheat. After all of this, like all of the dumb shit he put me through, I still didn't cheat. And when it came time to make the decision, I was like, I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't do that. I did what I was supposed to do, and it didn't work. So it's not on me. It's on him. You know, and it made it just that much more easier for me to leave. Yeah. So just do what you got to do. Like, it's going to be hard. Trust me, you're going to have them butt-ass ugly cries, but you got to go through it, and you're going to be okay.
But you're going to find something, like, in the darkness. It's something's going to come to light. Like, I don't think I ever would have went so hard in my business if it wasn't for heartache and growing and having a good circle of friends to get shit.
Definitely. You got to talk about it too. Don't think you can make all of these decisions by yourself.
You can't eat all that shit in.
That's where the devil come in. Be like, no.
You're going to tell you the truth, but you got to have people that's willing to tell you the fucking truth, even when it hurts. Like, sometimes my friends will tell me, like, you wrong, like, you tripping, like, yeah, you took it too far, but I definitely say just take the time out to focus on you, because you can be with the most perfect person, but if you're not together, then it's
right. It ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work for shit. Boss up 2020 shit. I don't know.
Stay if that's the agreement y'all got and you okay with it, stay, ride that shit till the wheels fall off, and not bounce.
But don't be crying that shit. Look, if you with a hoe and you know he a hoe, just grab that shit out. Either y'all
that's what you accepted, right?
Or not, but like, y'all can't be on here, you know, crying.
I done took him back 50 million times. No, you ain't took him back. You ain't never left.
You ain't take shit back. You stayed.
So I feel like her making that statement was saying that, you know, she accept the BS that he come with. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she wants for her life. You know, I feel like being married and getting divorced, it was something that I had to go through. It was something I needed for my personal growth. You know what I'm saying? And it was God's way of telling me, like, slow down. Things happen in my time, not your time. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
Don't. And I've been saying this, like, over the past week. I feel like, you know, for some time, not even just this past week, but God has literally been ordering my steps. You know what I'm saying? And do I feel like my failed marriage is a disappointment? It was disappointing to me because it was what I wanted, but it's not what God wanted for me. And
see, I don't think of my marriage as being failed.
Married to him, that nigga a bum now.
I don't think of my marriage as being failed. I think of it definitely as a growing lesson for myself.
I could not. I could not see myself still married to him. No, I could not. And that is because I can see now, being outside of the situation, that we were never meant to be. And one of the
God didn't put y'all together. You put yourself together.
Y'all put
right. Ooh, okay, mama.
So, I'll never talk to somebody my same height. Ooh.
Oh God! Look, everybody's taller than me, so it don't matter.
But I remember him telling me when we was going through it, when I was asking him, like, why can't we just be together? Why can't we just work it out? And him saying that we should have never got married.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was just like, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? But now I can see, like, we shouldn't have gotten married, period. The signs were there prior to, and we went through it anyway. And I just thought because we were married, the marriage would be like, you fight. And that's
what we know how to do.
Exactly.
But we were we were chosen. So we're the quote unquote lucky person that he chose. So we got to do everything. And, you know, we got to make sure we on our P's and Q's all the time. Meanwhile, they get to go do whatever. Because they can divorce and ask another one to marry him. And they be, you know, not phased.
Decision.
Right.
You know, and we have the power to ask someone else to marry us as well. But
few far in between.
My thoughts on asking somebody.
Next episode, tune in, y'all.
Right. That is a discussion for another day.
I would count.
Okay, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Right. But, you know, again, I thank y'all for tuning in. That is going to wrap it up for this week's episode. If you have any questions that you would like to have read on air and basically get a response from myself or my friends, you know, email me at kikiandwithcocopod@gmail.com. It'll be in the show description. Lala just dropped wholesale beads, so if you want to jumpstart your waist beads business, you know, hit her up. I'll put the link in the bio. Even though Tierra is not advertising, I'm going to advertise for her. She's selling the Lazo tea, so I'm going to put her link in the bio for y'all to go ahead.
It's time to get right, y'all. Exactly. Look, the ban is about to be lifted. Get these summer bodies right.
Summer may be short, but you can get a jump start.
Some of y'all not ready, so.
Tune in for next week's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. And support.
Yes.
I can't say that enough. Like, I think we 3 black women, they got good things going for us. You know, we put good out. You know, it's only right for us to want to accept good things in return. So, tune in, support, get your weight loss going, start your business. Like, do it, girl.
Yes.